Good evening. Pastor Leo Cunningham coming to you live and direct from Glenwood United Methodist Church, located on the west side of Columbus, Ohio. Well, it's another new chapter in the life of the church. It is March 31st. Yes, we actually got through March. Woohoo! That's to be celebrated. We made it through March. And if you're watching this right now, you are watching the live stream. Most of you are. Now, some of you may be watching this a little later on. We have now finally, think we've got it figured out on how you can access our brand new YouTube channel. Yes, that's right. Glenwood United Methodist Church has a YouTube channel. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to subscribe, hit the like button. You're going to want to be finding ways to connect to here. Now, you can still connect to us on Facebook. You can still connect to us on Instagram. And you can still connect to us on the website. Going to put all those links down below in the comment section. Tonight, I want to briefly tell you about some interesting takes on David and Goliath. It's a classic story. A young small boy, teenager, up against a massive giant. But there are a few things about the David and Goliath story that you can miss if you only remember the version from maybe Vacation Bible School or from when you were a kid, or perhaps maybe one of the many versions Hollywood has presented. David was trained. He was equipped. It wasn't like he went to go fight this giant on a whim. He even tells King Saul that he has experience in killing other predators. But there's something you need to understand about this. At no point in that story, at no point in that narrative does God ever tell David to go and fight Goliath. At no point in that story does God ever tell David he will deliver Goliath into his hands. David is trusting his experience. David is trusting his knowledge. And David is trusting his faith with previous challenges where God has been there to help him. Another thing to know about the David and Goliath story. The stones from the river David collected, geologists have looked at those stones in those rivers versus the stones in other regions of the Middle East and Israel. The stones from the river David got them from, those stones are sometimes 5 to 10 times more dense than other stones. That means David was actually throwing a projectile that he understood was a stronger and harder rock. David was trained. He was used to his equipment and the things that he had available to him. He understood the terrain. So I just want you to connect that with this to the here and the now. We've got a lot of technology around us. We are learning new ways and new applications to apply this technology. There are giants that are out there, but we can face these giants very easily if we put some faith and some trust in our abilities, if we can put some faith and trust in our experience, but that experience is still connected with God. So David trusted the fact that God will look out for him. David trusted the fact that God was going to equip him with the abilities that he needed to deal with this problem. So don't rush into all your problems thinking, oh, I'm weak, I'm feeble, I'm the David in this fight. Actually, Goliath was the underdog. Goliath was the one who was undermatched because he was fighting an individual who was trained, who was skilled, and who already understood what they were facing. So that's what's happening. Look around your situation, look around your water, find the right stones to pick up for your situations. Trust in your experience, because it's experience that got us this far. Not just as a faith community, but literally just through this last week with all of this technology, all of these things we've been trying to figure out new at the church. Everybody had a little bit of an experience from the past that we were all able to put together to tackle an obstacle in front of us. Well, like I said, it's March 31st, it's Tuesday. April is on the horizon, it's just a few hours away. But as people of faith, we're going to make it. We'll get through April. We're not quite maybe sure how we're going to get through April, but much like David, we just know we're going to pick it up, give it a twirl, and let it fly. With that, I'm Pastor Leo Cunningham. Make sure you're following us on social media. Make sure you are subscribing to the YouTube. You are liking the Facebook page. And I will talk to you tomorrow evening. God bless. Good night. Keep the faith.